Hey, what's up, folks? How we doing? Open Sports Mike Haas is just spinning over here. I don't know what's going on, but we'll bring Haas back in whenever he gets here. We're gonna bring in someone in for that one.
Oh, look at that. We got Joe. We got Jamie.
That means their show is over. And welcome aboard, guys.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
I
Good to
think,
be here.
I think I'm the only guest on Driving to the Top that came in and supported the show on both platforms today.
You did.
Right, we appreciate the comments on ours. Yes.
Mhm.
Ice cold jerseys, man. Ice cold loss, right, boys?
Mhm.
Yeah, tough one. We thought the jersey was going to be good luck, but you know, I was telling Jamie on our show. Last I checked, football games are 60 minutes, right? And we got a team in town that doesn't believe that. They think the game is 20 minutes long and that they don't start playing until about the 40-minute mark. This is about the third game that's happened. So that finally bit them in the butt, and they kind of deserved this fate. And that's what bothered me about that loss.
Right. And the only good thing is like I said, nobody's going to go undefeated now, so we can just worry about playing out the rest of the season. That's how I look at it.
Mhm.
Wait, we were not talking about the Bucks. So the Bucks only played the last 15 minutes of a game.
Yeah,
Right,
I mean they didn't play for 45. Of course, neither did the Browns when they played against us.
That is
So they-
true, Ken. That's because you have America's quarterback now, Baker Mayfield.
But you know, the Bengals kind of did the same thing against us. The first three quarters, they had 3 points, and then next thing you know, it's 37-24.
And I will say
Is
this
it-
though,
Hey,
I dug the Bills uniforms. I thought they were.
on this comment right here, would this be a first or no?
Yeah, this will be a first. Wouldn't that be funny if the Bengals with Joe Flacco beats the Packers?
What I was
By
gonna
the
say,
way-
I thought the uniforms were pretty kick ass. I thought
Yeah.
it was really cool how the fans all took part in the whiteout. I mean,
Mhm.
actually, everything besides the way the Bills played was perfect for that game.
We got offensive coordinator Haas in the house tonight, going with the up the face camera like they do in the booth.
fucking shitty air fucking internet I just purchased. I'm waiting for my fucking extender to come in.
Oh, tell us how you really feel.
Yeah.
I don't know what's worse. This or going back to the fucking Gamblers. By the way, y'all stuck with me for another spring. Now that we're the fucking Gamblers.
Hey, you know what? You want to know what's worse? Cricket Wireless. That's what we used to say every
I
time
thought you were
somebody
gonna
was
say
loading.
straight. I thought you were gonna say straight talk.
No, Straight Talk's great. I've been using that for years.
Haas in a new location this evening.
No, I'm in my house. I'm just playing off my fucking phone.
Witness,
Well,
he's a witness.
he did
protection.
show up, boys. He did show up if he comes in.
Who, Rev?
And Rab is here.
I love it.
And he's
There he
in
is.
center screen like
Live.
normal.
I'm gonna get my AirPods. Be right back.
All right.
Welcome, Rev. You do have a pulse.
I did show up. I told you. I showed
I
up
know.
the losses and
Hey.
the wins, brother.
I showed up in your chat last night. You saw that, right?
I most certainly did, brother.
See, Rab, I told you, isn't it better to go live?
It most certainly is always, brother.
I should have gone live after last night, but
Mm.
I think I might have fallen to bed about 3 o'clock in the morning if that happened.
Why? There was a game last night? I didn't know. Did somebody
Monday
win?
Night Football, baby.
I'm kidding, of course. It was a very entertaining game. I said on our show. Very entertaining, and I love the result, too. There,
Yeah. They did all right. They did what they were supposed to do. They beat those fraudulent teams.
now, Dylan, I got a question for you. I don't know if he's listening. Dylan, I got a question for you. I said this on our show. I said, I mean, you've seen a lot more Jaguar games than I have. I don't think I've ever seen that stadium as electric as it was last night. Am I wrong, or Has it just been a while, or
Joe, that was the most electric I've heard that stadium in many years, other than maybe the playoff game against Herbert in 22. But that ball was jumping last night.
I've
Quick
never heard it
baseball
that loud.
update.
Yeah, the Tigers are losing 5-1 right now.
Whoever Mr. Keen is, thank you.
And the Yankees are losing 6-1.
That's one of my guys.
We eliminated
Yay.
the Red Sox, though. That's all I mean, if it's any consolation for getting eliminated tonight. So.
Hey,
But guess what? At least we made the play. At least, not to burst Joe's bubble here, but at least Joe knows I say this all the time. The Yankees still won a round without Soto, and the Mets didn't even make the playoffs with Soto.
Ooh.
Joe knows we talk about this, so Dylan, don't worry.
And listen, I'm the first to say it. I mean, the Mets deserve their fate. I would say when you play heartless baseball for 2.5 months, you deserve that. So as a Mets fan, I'd be the first to agree with that. I'd rather be in his situation, even though they might get eliminated tonight. Still, much better situation than our team had. So there's no denying that. I can't hide from it, and no Met fan can.
Jamie, if they lose tonight, is Boone on the hot seat?
No.
No, I don't think so, because it's the manager of the Yankees,
Hey, real quick. Welcome tonight to Seahawks Twitter, Titans Twitter, Texans Twitter, Jaguars Twitter, Browns Twitter, Bills Twitter ×3, Saints Twitter, NFL Twitter, Steelers Twitter, Cowboys Twitter, Raiders Twitter, Bears Twitter, Lions Twitter, Packers Twitter, Vikings Twitter ×2. We got some new ones. HTTR, Hail to the Redskins. Welcome to you guys tonight. Welcome to the Bucks crew. Thank you for joining us. And I've got one more to do, and that's the Podcasters of X. Welcome y'all to the show tonight.
You could have just said welcome every NFL team on the show tonight.
I don't have them all yet.
Hey,
I'm working.
Don't forget to do
comment, guys. Leave some comments. Subscribe.
Hey, I do got one. Who Day. That's how you get the Bengals if they show up.
Who Day?
It's Who Day. No, not Who Dat. It's Who Day.
Who Day?
Who Day Nation.
We got a couple that we're waiting on. We're waiting on the Ravens flock. We're taking our shot with them. The Giants. We're waiting on the Bengals, but their Twitter's kind of quiet these days.
Funny, they watch me.
You might be woken up with
got
that huge
200 people in Bengals Twitter, and the last post like 4 days ago.
Right.
It might wake up with this big trade of getting a 40-year-old arm in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that.
I hate dissing Joe Flacco. I really do. Because Joe Flacco brought us the Super Bowl, but it won't help him at all. I don't understand it.
The only thing that I understand is that they know that he's better than Drake Browning, and he gets a chance to beat the Packers twice this year.
I'm not so sure about he's better than Browning. That's why.
Here's the thing, Ravi. I agree with you, but like Flacco mentally is a better quarterback than Jake Browning. He is. He mentally knows the game better, reads defenses better, knows where to put the ball better. But now here's the problem. Here's where I agree with you. His body betrays his mind. He knows where to put the ball. The problem is he physically doesn't have the wherewithal to do what his mind is telling him he needs to do anymore. And he got killed behind a bad offensive line in Cleveland. He's going to get killed behind a bad offensive line in Cincinnati. The only difference was Cleveland at least had Jumpkins who can run.
Chase Brown can run. They just don't have an O-line.
Well,
I know what they're thinking. I know what they're thinking. That he has the one thing he probably still can do is throw that deep ball, and so that's with the receivers that they have. That's probably what they're thinking. But I think that.
But his deep balls this year have been underthrown, and they've been these big arcing rainbows.
I have a question about Flacco. How is Flacco going to survive behind an offensive line that couldn't protect against a fly rushing the quarterback?
Well, they are playing the. Well, no, they already played the Packers. So yeah, I mean,
Cincinnati's a 15.5-point dog this week.
To who?
Green Bay's going to be pissed for what happened in Arlington, and now Joe Flacco's
But don't
playing
forget-
behind.
Wait, but he just beat them 2 weeks ago for the Browns.
So has that been announced? He's going to play this
I
week.
have
It
no
has not
idea.
been announced yet.
no, the trade was
play.
announced. That was about it. I mean, I don't think he's going to play this week. Not enough time. Maybe next week.
Zach Taylor wasn't sure. He would not name Browning the starter.
Yeah, he
Well-
will not name Browning. That was the thing.
Well, I would do the same thing because that's strategically the way you want to go. You want the other team to think that Flacco is going to play, but realistically, how much of the playbook is he going to learn in the next 2 days?
Look, all you got to do is throw it up for Chase and Higgins, and then you got Gesicki running across the middle all day.
If I were him, I'd run Browning out there for the first series, and then I'd swap out Flacco. Like, name Browning, let him play a series, and then swap him out right away, and just screw that. Because now you've screwed their defense up because they're going to game plan a certain way depending on who's quarterback.
You sound like Coach John Harbaugh there. I'm not as big on that when guys can't play.
Hey, Ralph.
I don't know how much you gain with that.
Is this just one of those years where like the Ravens are going to a four-letter word that I will not say? But right now the Ravens look like they're bad. I mean, they've got more injuries than Tom Brady's got significant others, or Angelina Jolie's got kids. The Ravens have already traded what, a pass rusher today? Oh, the Ravens just done this year.
That wasn't a fire sale today because that's two different things. The Ravens may be done. I think the only thing that's really saving them is that the rest of the division is terrible. Like, I don't think the Browns are any good. We know the Bengals may not be any good. The Steelers, I'm not even sure. I mean, they're not going to run away with anything. So that's probably the one thing is saving them. But the trade today, Oweh's not very good. So I was glad, like, when they got rid of Oweh. They actually got
Steelers the only team that won this week out of the AFC North?
Well, Pittsburgh didn't even play.
That's what I mean.
So all we're waiting for is for him to get the quadruple crown, and next year he'll sign a one-day contract with the Steelers, and then turn around and sign a one-day contract with the Ravens to retire for Joe Flacco. That way, he's signed with all 4 teams in the AFC North.
No, but yeah, I mean, this Ravens Chargers swap today kind of makes a little sense for both teams. I mean, it's
they're not.
that?
I can tell you, Ravens are not white flagging this. I think some people thought that because you trade away a pass rusher. This guy from the Chargers is actually not bad. I mean, he's a safety.
No, it's good.
This tells me more, believe it or not, about how they feel about Malachi Starks and possibly Kyle Hamilton. I think that tells me more about that than how they feel about Oweh. Oweh, they weren't going to bring back next year anyway. He had a decent year last year. I don't think he had much of a future. So they probably say, we need to fix that. Their defense, that was the worst defense I have ever seen in that stadium, ever. You got to go all the way back to Memorial Stadium.
By the way, Charles, get this. This year's Raven defense has given up more points than the whole 2000 Raven defense did in 16 games.
Wow. I posted it. I put that on my social media. So the whole season in 2000, they've already given up more points.
Rab, I think that trade today is a trade of need for both teams, right? Like, look at the way the Chargers have been playing without getting pressure on the quarterback, but their secondary has been good. The Ravens definitely need secondary help. So yeah, I mean, and it frees up. There is some money free up, but I mean, I don't see them waving the white flag. I mean, you guys just have a ton of injured guys, and your backups aren't as deep as Detroit's was last year, which not many teams are. I don't think they're waving the white flag, but in terms of making a fire sale. But if you guys lose this weekend, that's it. There's no
ain't no maybe to it. They're not going to win this next game. There's no chance. Their defense was just what really prompted the trade today in the post game, they were asking them who is, because you didn't have Roquan play, you didn't have Kyle Hamilton play, right? So the green dot, who's the leader out there? Who's making the calls? They gave two different answers. Some of them were saying Teddy Buchanan was calling the plays. Some of them saying Malachi Starks was calling the plays. So how could they give it? That's why he gave up 44 points. You don't even know who's doing what, who's in charge. That tells you all you need to know, and that's why they're shipping a lot. That's why they're making these moves. I don't know if they have enough time though to get better. Jacksonville looked pretty good last night. I mean, the Colts were better.
What about bringing in Gardner?
Gardner who? Minshew?
No, didn't they bring CJ in?
Yeah, they brought CJ Gardner-Johnson in. He's going to be on the practice squad. Again, this tells you what they think of the secondary. This tells you, like, they brought in CJ Gardner. They brought in the guy from San Diego. They're worried about that secondary because that was just an atrocious man.
And Jack's a team I think everyone on this panel at one point or another this year has said they're boom or bust. And they've been booming, right? They're 4-1. They've been boom, not bust. Is it maybe that Peterson was that bad of a head coach that now they're getting stuff out of guys they weren't getting, even though Etienne didn't do well last night? Thank you for my fantasy non-scores. But they're booming. They're not busting. And the irony is that the Ravens are a bust this year. The Jets we thought would be better. They're 0 for the year. I mean, the AFC has been a lot of surprises to me in the AFC. The Chargers look good. Now they don't.
I got a question here. Now, I know the Ravens have lost games because of injury and things like that.
Ready? Hold on. We're going to dance.
Smoking Dad has entered the building.
There we go.
Smoking Dad.
From a Baltimore perspective, is the coaching seat getting hot?
I will start my podcast tomorrow with the fans booing Harbaugh off the field and having to be protected by security. Wow. There are a ton of guys, ton of fans are sick of John Harbaugh. I'm not one of them as much, but I'm more. Zach Orr probably needs to go. Because that's just not acceptable. What I've heard. And so, but you got to look at the common denominator. Like a lot of what Adam says about Mike Tomlin, a lot of the Ravens fans feel about John Harbaugh.
How long has Harbaugh been there?
Harbaugh came in the year after Tomlin. This is his 18th season as head coach. 18 seasons. So he's. I do like him as a coach. I do think. He's the BS he always has. I think people have had enough now. I think it might be to the point where people have seen you long enough. I think that's certainly the case. It's certainly not, and it's certainly not working out. I don't think he's getting fired because he's really close with Bisciotti and he's really close with Eric DaCosta, who definitely aren't getting fired. So if anything does happen, it'll be the end of the year.
That was my next question.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joe.
No, I was going to say that was my next question. The fans might want him gone, but what does management think? And you just answered that.
Well, yeah, because Joe, I mean, one thing though, the fans though too is like, look at we were talking about this on a.
Everyone says this, even about Tomlin.
Yeah, but because they're right, they would be pretty damn quick. They would be the hottest coaches out there to get hired right away. And we were talking about this in a space on X on Sunday during the early game. Fans look at, the Ravens' record this year sucks. The defense has been atrocious. What they don't look at is the amount of injuries. Mm-hmm. What they don't look at is why did they go sign this guy, and this guy? Because they don't look at the salary cap, even for just this year or beyond, because that's like Bears fans going, we should trade for Kamara. No, we shouldn't, because I don't want to pay the $18 million cap that he has next year, right? So fans they look so surface. They don't look anything more than the immediate surface right in front of their face. They don't turn the page. They don't peel the onion. They just go, well, we've lost games we should have won. Harbaugh needs to go, blah, blah, blah. Forget the fact that everyone's injured. Forget the fact that, you're without your star quarterback, your star defenders. And it's not even that the people are injured. The key people are injured, right? It's not like you just lost your third best cornerback. No, you lost the best cornerback. It's not like you just lost your third of your starting 3 linebackers. No, you lost the best of your 3 linebackers.
Mhm.
Fans don't look at that. They're so, I don't want to say basic, but what else can you say? They're basic in their understanding of the way the football operations are run. And you look at Harbaugh and you go, the fact that he made some of these games even look respectable early is a testament to his coaching with players that can't hang.
Right.
And it's not like we can just go out and get players. There's roughly 2,000 players at any given point in time under contract in the NFL between the main roster and practice squads. If these guys were in the practice squads were good enough to fix the Ravens would have gone out and signed them, because you can cherry pick anyone off a practice squad. Because I have the same thing with the Bears right now, but we need another corner because Jalen's out. Why isn't Poles doing it? Because there's no one worth the money. But what about these guys on practice squads? They're not worth the money. And fans don't get that. Harbaugh's safe. Harbaugh is too good of a coach. And Motown Mitch, for as much as I think he's wrong sometimes, he's 100% right. If Ravens were to fire Harbaugh or Tomlin gets fired, a team.
Let him go. Bye.
Yeah, I mean, they'll get hired if they want a job. If they want a job, they'll have one within a day.
Here's Harbaugh's problem inside the building, because I think the management, Lamar might be, I don't know. There might be some cracks in the armor there. That will get him fired if he can't. Questions whether Lamar didn't want to come back in, quit the game, etc. That could be the problem. I don't know that though, but I think like there is might be some tension there. That will get you fired if you can't get Lamar Jackson.
Right.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. I just think look at it's like your first bad season you've had in Baltimore, right? Perennial playoff team, deep every year. The wheels fell off the truck this year. It happens every now and then.
Let me tell you.
Oh, go ahead.
Let me tell you this: my team's had a few crappy seasons. I mean, we've gotten the number 1 pick too many times.
Yeah, but it's different though for teams. And look, I'll lump the Bears in with this too. It's different for teams like the Bears, the Jags, the Lions, the Vikings. Teams that have had over the last couple decades little spots of success. Right now, the Lions are having some prolonged success for the first time in decades.
Forever.
But for like a lot of our teams, we like the Bears. We were really good in 2018. We won the division, right? And then we were bad again. Jacksonville was really good for that first year with Peterson. Then they were bad again. For us, it's a little bit different because we're always on this roller coaster. As Raven fans, I can understand the freak out because they've been so damn good for so many years. So the fact that they're having a bad season, for some of these fans, it's like unconscionable, right? But like for the rest of us, we're like, dudes, a bad season happens now and then. Like, it doesn't mean he's a shitty coach because he had a bad season.
The guy I always think about getting fired, because when he was always, I thought, a really good coach, was Marty Schottenheimer. Happened to him in both places, really, in Kansas City and in Cleveland. You can only knock on that door so many times before, if you can't knock it over, they're going to kick you out of there. And I think this is Harbaugh's problem. You're knocking, and you keep getting knocked out. And you know what? It's the same. Tomlin and Pittsburgh kind of the same. Now they won Super Bowls in both cases, but it's been a minute. I mean, he hasn't won a Super Bowl now for 12 years.
But look who's knocking him out, right? It's like, look who's knocking him out. It's Mahomes. It's Josh Allen. It's not like they're going out to like the
Tom Brady.
Exactly. It's not like they're going out to the last seed, right?
Or you
they're
get
going
blown
out
out by the
against teams
Jags.
they're going out against really good teams. And look, they've made some AFC Championship games. They've had a lot of success. I'm not saying Harbaugh shouldn't be replaced at some point because, Ravi, you're right. At some point, you think, okay, he's just not going to get there. But I don't think it's after this season. Like this season maybe makes them think about turning the seat warmer in the car on 1 just so you can feel a little bit of heat in the cold air. But he's not going anywhere after this season, I don't think. I mean, unless this is just an excuse to get rid of him. But
he has a really good relationship. I'm gonna say it one more time with Eric DaCosta and Steve Bisciotti the younger. Him and Eric DaCosta literally live in the house next door to each other. Kids play together and all that. They're very, very, very seriously. They live very, very,
It's a Carr
very close.
Gruden thing. It's like a Carr Gruden thing. They're next door neighbors.
They literally live next door to each other. And him and Bisciotti are very. I don't think they want to do it. They will. I mean, if it gets worse, if Lamar's not on board, but it's. I think all coaches can get fired. People say Tomlin can't get fired. He's going to get fired. People say Belichick couldn't get fired. Belichick got fired. They'll fire anybody.
Yeah, but the difference between situationally, though, this is Harbaugh's first bad season. They've gone deep in playoffs. They've been winning playoff games. Tomlin, I think, is another story because it's been a decade since they've won a playoff game. For Belichick, they went a couple years without even making the playoffs. So, like, Harbaugh, this is Harbaugh's worst season to date, probably, as a Ravens coach, or pretty close to it.
He's had one other bad season when they won 5 games. Joe Flacco got hurt, and they were really not good.
So this year doesn't.
Was that the Tyler Huntley year?
No, Tyler Huntley is when Lamar was out. So they were decent that year, but he didn't play in the playoffs. Like Huntley played all the games down the stretch.
So I mean, if this becomes a 2 year in a row thing, then maybe. But this year is more of an anomaly for the Ravens, which sucks. I finally just dropped the Ravens defense off my fantasy team because they're so injured. It's like Swiss cheese.
I've been happy with the Lions defense except week 1.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was happy with the Lions defense for fantasy until the end of the game last week. They started giving up points to Cincinnati.
Still got 12 points. If you're getting more than 10 points from a defense, you got a decent defense in fantasy.
Well, it's getting 20 until they gave up all those points.
I think they're the best team in the league right now, the Detroit Lions.
That
run game they got is lethal. I mean, they can't be. I mean, the only really bad game they had was in opening Sunday. They've been really, really good.
Well, opening week 1 for the Lions is more of a the starters didn't play most of the preseason. They had a new offensive line, new coaches calling plays, so it was a communication, trying to figure out where they belong on the field kind of thing. And then they got right second half of week 2 and never looked back.
Mm-hmm.
They're good. They're damn good. I can't wait to get them at the end of the season. Which sucks because it's week 18 and who knows if that game's going to mean anything. But that's okay.
Well, the good news is that we just found out TA is going to be back in 4 weeks or less. He doesn't even have to go to the IR.
Guys, I think we should wait. One of our teams playing on Monday Night Football. I'm confused which one it was. I don't know. I don't know.
This week,
the Bears. We played
last night.
Oh, last night.
Last night. Yeah, let me talk about that because I'm going to say something that you're probably not going to think of. Guess what team leads the league in takeaways this year?
Jacksonville.
14.
Jacksonville with 14. That's right.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
That was classic Trevor Lawrence last night. This is exactly what's great about him and what's bad about him. Falls down on the last play and runs it in. Those 2 passes at the end of the game were sensational. And then he threw like 3 before that. That was just awful. Just awful. Like he's like, man, he's hard to wrap your arms around.
That's right, Dad. We did talk about that. We did say that. And I backed it up on my show. He said, that's what I told Jeremy after the loss in the Lions' first game. 1 game doesn't make a season. And he was exactly right.
The state of Florida, guys, if you haven't figured out, it's pretty hot right now. For the last 6 years, we've hosted the Stanley Cup final, right, between the Panthers and the Lightning. Right now in the state of Florida, we got the Jags who are looking like they're going to walk away with that division the way they're playing right now.
You're forgetting about the Colts.
Hold on. I'm giving the Jags credit here. They're in a tough – how about this? To make you happy. The Jags are in a fight where they can win this division with the Colts, which go figure that one too. And you got the Bucks who are going to win the South. So you got 2 really good football teams in Florida right now. And Miami miraculously is all of a sudden showing a little bit of sign of life. It's good to be a Hurricanes. What now?
That's
Don't
true.
leave out the Hurricanes.
Well, the Hurricanes are Carolina.
Miami Hurricane.
Oh, you're
Miami
talking
football.
college. Well, I don't do college, so yeah. But I'm just talking pro sports. I mean, look at man, Florida's got it going on right now with pro sports.
I've got one for you guys tonight. Usually we've done top 5 power rankings. We'll do top 5 later, but we're going to do top 5. But we're not going to do top 5. We're going to do bottom 5 rankings right now.
I just think it's stupid to change shit in the middle of it. Okay.
So I want everybody to give their worst 5 teams.
Jesus.
And we're going to start with Louisiana's own Boss Hoss Hog.
Man, why you gotta do that to him? Because 2 of his teams are in there.
Damn.
What?
Bottom 5 teams in the NFL.
Bottom 5.
By the way, what the heck was DeMarcado doing trying to Deshaun hit Jackson himself? Give me a break. But that's here near there. Hoss, give me your bottom 5 NFL teams right now.
Jets, Raiders, Browns. Let me see who's worse. I didn't prepare for this. I got
No
3
one
down.
did.
I don't even want to
No
say
one
the-
did. This question came out of left field.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, Bengals. I'll put Bengals 4th. And 5th? Oh, shit. I need one more. Miami. There you go.
Jamie.
Let's see. Let's see. Jets. I'll
All
go.
Jets.
Jets.
All Jets.
No, Jets. Raiders. Jets. Raiders. Saints.
Boy, I don't get that.
Jets. Raiders. Saints. Browns. And the Tennessee Titans. But I do think the Titans are going to fit. I do think the Titans are going to climb their way out of the basement, though, with Cam Ward at quarterback. But right now I have them at my bottom. Congratulations to Cam Ward for getting his first NFL win. Same thing to Spencer Rattler.
Buffalo,
Jamie's a
Motown.
Buffalo fan. Motown.
I'm gonna say what's up to my buddy Joe. Who will let me fucking click on it?
Jamie's team's the Bills, the one that just came out of first or second place. We should talk. Oh, Joe,
What's
we have
happening,
talked
Joey?
about that. And it's
Actually,
not to make
we're still a game ahead of them right now, but they would have the tiebreaker over us, but that doesn't matter right now. It's later in the season.
Yeah, the Bills are still first place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's the team that's finally getting a new stadium after how many years of playing in a 50.
Who's next, Dylan?
Adam.
Put them in the box and
putting them on the spot.
Shit. Worst teams.
That is what we're talking about. Who is that?
Gonna go Jets, Saints. Oof. I think the Giants are on the rise, even though they're 1-4. Dylan, you could have prepared us for this question.
I love messing up things.
No,
Titans,
it's
Raiders.
not cool. We get used to doing the stuff the way it's normally done.
Oh, suck it up, Cupcake. Suck it up.
I am sucking it up. But Dylan's up there with his piece of paper like he already fucking wrote it all out.
I know. I'm talking to JB because he knows I can give him some crap.
I mean, it's all we gotta do is look at their records, right, and say they're the worst teams.
Pretty much.
Right? But I'm curious to see how far the Eagles fell out of everyone's rankings. Are they still 1? Or are they dropped all the way out?
Okay, Ken the Bear, you're up.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll make it easy. Jets, Giants, Dolphins, Ravens. Yeah, a lot of AFC in there. And, of course, rounding it out, even though their defense is better than sometimes we think it is, I will go the Saints at number 5. There you go. See, it's not that hard, guys.
Charles.
Joe's a Browns fan. Just let everyone know.
Giants, Jets, horrible. Jets are disgraceful. I mean, they couldn't. That was bad. Giants' loss was bad too. Saints have been bad. Not enough talent. Titans are bad as well. And Browns are starting Dylan Gabriel, who I'm not sure he's an NFL quarterback.
And I'll say this about the Jets, give the Jets a little bit of credit. Have you guys noticed without Quentin Williams how bad that defense is? Just by removing him out of the defense, they went from being somewhat respectable and making some plays to complete, you can just walk all over them.
Brees Hall's kind of just fell off the earth too.
Yeah.
Like he had a lot of promise, man, and he's just
the only thing that Joe and I agree with, though, is we still think Aaron Glenn's the right guy for the job, and you said it too, Joe.
Yeah,
I agree
exactly. I completely agree with that.
Yeah, I agree too.
I'm not. Aaron Glenn's not going to last a year.
Yeah,
I like
well.
Mitch's. Put that back up. Mitch is good. Mitch is right. Packers should be in the bottom 5.
I don't think so.
Joe.
All right, now I'm going to reverse this. I'm going to go from 5th worst to worst, all right, just to change things up. So Cleveland Browns, the 5th worst. Dolphins, even though the Titans got a great entertaining win, I still got them 3rd worst. Saints 2nd worst. Jets the worst right now.
Jeremy.
Hey, can we talk about that Titans game real quick? Just about the once in a lifetime, the once in every 5-year touchdown that got scored. Was that just not a fun, interesting way to watch them win? I mean, come on, you throw the ball, he fumbles it, makes a nice catch, fumble it, recover, fumble, kick it into the end zone, recover it for a touchdown. I mean, come on, how often do we see offense executed so perfectly?
I couldn't believe what I was watching. I was watching NFL Red Zone. There was no Bills game on yet. So I said, let me watch Red Zone. And they were showing that live. I was like, is this real? It was crazy.
Do you remember the playoff game, Titans-Chiefs, and Marcus Mariota threw past and caught it for a touchdown himself?
That was a couple years ago, wasn't it?
This was before Mahomes.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah,
it was 2018.
Yeah, Mitch, I did.
2017 regular season, but the game was played in 2018.
That was just the football gods saying the Titans will get a win this year. That's all that was. But that's just, how often do we see a crazy play like that? That had to be play of the week just because it was so.
You're saying
that, you know.
You're saying that beats a 99-yard pick six of Trevor Lawrence falling on his derriere and scoring?
Yeah, because those things happen all the time. That the whole scenario we saw play out that Arizona Titans game, like, look, if he catches the ball and goes down, it's what, 1st and goal from like the 5 or something, they probably still get a touchdown. But the fact that he caught the ball, went to turn, then has a fumble, Arizona recovers the fumble, he tries to run it back, takes 2 steps, now he fumbles. Then when they all fall to the ground, his teammate kicks it in the end zone, and the Titans fall on it and get a touchdown. I mean, come on. How often do you see something as crazy as that happen in a game?
That might be the craziest play all season.
Yeah.
I certainly think that. You know, I talked about the Bills not being able to play 60 minutes. Here's another team for you, the Arizona Cardinals. They think the game ends after about 40 minutes because they choked this game away, and they almost lost another one earlier in the year.
Carolina.
Yeah, they were up like huge, and then almost choked that one away. So,
all right, you want the stinky list, my top 5 futility list. Number 5, Browns. Number 4, the Saints. Number 3, Miami. Number 2, the Raiders. Oh, God, Geno Smith has been awful this year. You. And number 1, the J.E.
I feel sorry for the
Jets. On number one in futility.
When's Quentin come back? How long is Q out for them?
Don't know.
Without Williams, that defense has no soul.
A team I will say, team I didn't put in the top 5, but I'm like astounded how bad Arizona Cardinals are. Like, that's not a bad group of guys. Kyler Murray, him and Lawrence is like, just like what I talk about with Lawrence, copy paste with Kyler Murray. Why isn't he, with all the injuries out, with Burrow out, Lamar, why aren't you in the upper echelon? He's always just, it just seems like his head isn't right in the game often.
Oh, by the way,
Can't get consistent.
Video games are too important.
But but look at when Kyler Murray's not in, that team is demonstrably worse. Like when he goes in, you can tell there's a massive improvement to that Arizona team when he plays, and when he doesn't play, they look like hot trash. So I mean, I get what you're saying, and I don't want to hear how they don't have a running game because Connor's out. They ran pretty good this week against a pretty good Titans defense. The Titans, if anything, at least still have a decent defense. They were able to run the ball. But I get the frustration, though, because when Kyler's not playing, he sits out a couple games, they get dog walked by everyone. Kyler comes back, they start winning games, but they're not consistent or his level. But I think one thing that's hurt them, they talked about this a couple weeks ago, was him and Marvin Harrison Jr., for some reason, in year 2, still are not on the same sheet of music. And that's something they're working on fixing. If they can fix that, then maybe that helps what you're talking about, Rab.
I hear a lot of but with Arizona all the time. You got a better roster than the 49ers for sure. Maybe even better than Seattle. And you're always losing these there's no reason with all the guys you may have go to the Pro Bowl for you to be losing all of these games all the time. Like in the there's no reason for that. They should be
winning the division games. They're beating the division teams, right? They beat the Rams. They beat the Hawks. I mean, they're winning division games. They should.
They lost to Seattle in overtime.
Oh, that was the overtime. I mean, they lost the game they should have won. So maybe this was a trap game for the Cardinals.
They're at the bottom. They're at the bottom of the AFC West and the NFC West, rather.
Yeah, 2 and 3.
I just think that's the craziest one. Even like the Ravens, you could say like they've had all these injuries in the Bengals or whatever. Yeah. But I just Carolina. I mean, the Cardinals.
Could it be coaching? Could Arizona's problem be coaching because they have no consistency?
I just don't think they have leadership. They just don't. They don't put together consistent performances. Some guys just aren't consistent, and Murray's just not consistent enough for me. Mm-hmm. I looked at some of these games. Even if you're losing games, like Justin Herbert's kind of an example of that. Even when he doesn't win games, he lights it up. Like even in games like he doesn't win, Murray just have these games where he's like 150 yards passing, less than 17 points.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right. Now we will do top 5 power rankings, and I will start with mine. Number 5. Ken, cover your ears. Cover your ears because you're not going to like this one. Green Bay.
Hold on. Let me ask a question before we go any further. Would anyone else put Green Bay in the top 5? Because we were talking about this on the morning show because CBS went him at 6. Here's a team that's 2-1-1. Their last 2 games, they lost to a Browns team that almost everyone on this panel had in the bottom 5. And they just tied the Dallas Cowboys, who the week prior got absolutely destroyed and mollywopped by the Chicago Bears. How the hell is Green Bay on anyone's top 5 list is beyond me. And don't tell me, well, it's because of the trade they made and they've got this edge rusher. Really? He has not destroyed a game yet. He has not wrecked anything. He had one good play in the Dallas game, and that was where he actually stopped the game-winning touchdown from happening. And that was technically his only sack they gave him because it was at the line of scrimmage when he tackled him. So how the hell explain to me how Green Bay at 2-1-1 is in anyone's top 5?
It's not your list, Ken.
I'm just looking for the rationale. I'm looking for the rationale.
So, Ken, you're telling me a team that beat you're telling me a team that beat the snot out of Detroit can't be in top 5?
Week 1, if they played Detroit right now, Detroit would like just wipe the floor with them.
No, they wouldn't. No, they
Yeah,
wouldn't.
they would.
Green Bay would win that game going away.
If they were all high on crack, maybe. And I'm not trying to hate on Green Bay, right? I mean, great, I'm a Bears fan. Objectively, though, Green Bay is 2-1-1. Their last 2 games, they tied a really bad Dallas Cowboys team, who the week before got destroyed by a Bears team, who the week before that got destroyed by the Lions, if you want to talk about that kind of thing. And then the game before they lost to the Cleveland Browns. So, I mean, their last 2 games are a tie and a loss against 2 teams that are bad enough. If you're in the top 5, they should have won those games walking away. And you say, well, they beat the Lions in week 1. Okay, they beat the Lions in week 1, who destroyed the Bears in week 2, who then Bears then destroyed the Cowboys in week 3, who then tied the Packers in week 4. By the way, the Packers, who had lost to the Browns in week 3, that Browns team has now lost to everyone else. I mean, come on. Like, you can't say, well, they beat them in week 1, because I can say, well, look, the Bears, who lost to the Vikings, destroyed them, and the Vikings just destroyed the Browns. So, okay. I mean, so that argument doesn't really work as well. Like, their last 2 games were they lost to one of the worst teams in the league, and they tied the Cowboys 40-40. So their defense did not stop anything. How are they in the top 5?
Let me finish my list. Number 4, Philadelphia. Even though the Eagles laid an egg, and the Eagles have not figured out offense this year. 3, Denver, because the Denver Broncos are the AFC's best team right now. I don't care about record. I think Denver is going to the Super Bowl this year. Super Bowl this year. Give me that coach, and I think Bo Nix is okay enough to get there. 2, the Detroit Lions are number 2. And number 1, the Tampa Bay Bucks are number 1 in the Spunky Power Rankings. And you know what, Ken? You're up.
Cool. Number 1, Detroit Lions, because no one's touching them right now. They look like they were.
And yet the Chiefs win on Sunday night.
What about the Chiefs?
And yet the Chiefs won on Sunday night.
Oh, they get the Chiefs? Great, they'll beat the Chiefs. The Lions are the best team in football right now. After that, even though my next 2 teams, even though they lost this week, Buffalo, I'll go Buffalo, then Philly. They're going to lose teams. Even the best teams are going to lose games here and there. They're rounding out the top 3. At 4, that gets a little tougher. But I'm going to go with Baker right now, and I'm going to go with even though they don't show up till the 4th quarter, but my God, when they show up, they show up. Their only loss was a super close game against the Eagles, so I'll get them at 4. And at 5, I'm trying to think if there's another AFC team I can give some love to.
You can say no.
I mean, there's a couple teams that to me are interesting, but you know what? Right now they're hot and they're riding a wave, and I'm gonna go with the Colts right now. I was tempted to go with the Jags because they're riding hot right now too, but I'm gonna go with the Colts for some weird reason. And like I said, if someone can please explain to me how the Green Bay Packers end up in anyone's top 5 list with what they did the last 2 games, I'm opening and listening.
Boss Hoss.
Yes.
Top 5 power rankings.
Huh? What?
Power rankings, top 5, boss.
Oh shit. Let me see if I can pop it up. That way I can give you an honest opinion. That way I don't pick a team that ain't even good enough to be top 5.
Pick the Packers.
Give me a
Pick
second.
Houston.
Please
Hell
don't.
no.
Say the Ravens.
Now you're just drinking now. If you say the Ravens. We do not condone on alcohol on Driving to the Top Productions and the Ravery Sports Podcast.
I doubt this
If
is
you're-
alcohol right here. All right, let's see. Top 5. Wow, I haven't checked this in a while. Well, here. All right, here's my top 5.
That's because you're not here enough.
You ready for this? I'm gonna go from. I'm gonna go for 5-1. How about that? Can I do 5-1?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Your
doing.
choice.
Number 5. I got
Motown
the
Mitch, you want to hold on? Motown Mitch, you want to join us? I don't have anything to send him though. I don't know where he is. JB, Ken, do you?
He's on JB's YouTube probably, or your YouTube. It looks like is where he's coming from.
No, it's coming from JB's.
All right.
Go ahead, Haas.
5. I got the Lions. 4. I got the 49ers. 3. I got the Bills. 2. I got the Eagles. And number 1, I got the Colts. Who would have thought we'd have the Colts number 1 here?
Jonathan Taylor.
More like Daniel Jones.
Right?
That's Indiana Jones to you, sir.
Yes. No, that's
He is-
Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford will always be Indiana Jones.
He is legitimately, all jokes aside, in the MVP conversation.
He is.
Wait,
I don't think there's any question about it. I mean, I think if the season ended now,
I got
he's
a
there.
better one than that. I'm going to change the subject. At the start of the college season, we had Garrett Nussmeier, Cade Klubnik, Arch Manning, and Drew Aller in the Heisman talk. Now all 4 are out of the Heisman talk. Now you got Trinidad Chambliss from Ole Miss. You got that quarterback from Oregon. 2. 3, you got that. Who else did I put? I have to fucking get on Twitter and look. Who are
Dante Moore's got to be there. Dante Moore's.
If that's the quarterback from Oregon, then that's
that's got to be done. You got to be talking about Dante Moore is fantastic.
I said who the other 2 were. I might have to go back and look on my Twitter or on my X because somebody was like, "You got a fucking point there," because all those other 4 ain't winning shit anymore. Oh fuck! Let me go find it.
I never had Archie Manning in my Heisman talk anyway.
I don't even want Arch Manning to go to the Saints now.
Arch, it's almost not even his fault.
Okay, here we go.
Because Arch never played. Nobody ever saw it. We just assumed.
So, at the beginning of the season, I said Arch Manning, Garrett Nussmeier, Cade Klubnik, and Joe Allure be your Heisman candidates. Now, it's looking like your Heisman candidates are going to be Dante Moore, Trinidad Chambliss, John Mateer from Oklahoma, and Carson Beck from Miami.
Carson
Trinidad
Beck.
Chambliss is the quarterback.
Who would have pictured that one? Who would have pictured Carson Beck with a rebound every year?
Well, he's already winning. He got the hottest girlfriend at the University of Miami, and he's winning games at Miami.
Well, that's how we decide.
Actually, they broke up. They broke up. The one of the Cavendish twins you're talking about.
Well, I hope she didn't break him up for Josh Allen because Josh Allen didn't play too good the other night.
No, the other one's dating Jake Ferguson, the tight end of the Cowboys. The other Cavendish.
Oh, well, that's even worse.
Thank you, Mitch.
That's even worse. Well, I don't want Arch Manning. I'll take Johnny Manziel 2.0 myself. I'll take Diego Pavia over fucking Arch Manning.
I was never a fan of Arch Manning.
I saw him play in high school. They got their ass kicked in a playoff game.
I know Josh isn't, Adam. Jesus Christ. He be killing Arch, man, on Twitter, man. Like, every time Arch plays, he's killing Arch, man.
And I ain't decided if I'm gonna go yet, but if I do go, I might be at the LSU South Carolina game, so I'll get to see Lenore Sellers take on Garrett Nussmeier.
I've got a question. Does anybody have a baseball playoff trivia question for me?
Nope, I ain't been keeping up with it. But
no, all
I'm ready to
time.
watch.
Now, before you do that, I'm going to drop and
Is
run.
this the Mariano Rivera question you were involved in today?
What one?
Joe has to go. Joe has to go.
I was picking my daughter up at the airport at 12:30 last night. So let me just drop my ratings, take them or leave them. And then I'm going to head out just to get some extra sleep here. But number 5 is kind of ironic just because it's a team that I still think is going to take a step back and not even make the playoffs. But I got them at number 5 right now, Denver Broncos. Number 4, Buffalo Bills. 3, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 2, Detroit Lions. And to answer Adam's question from before, yes, I still have the Philadelphia Eagles at number 1. Not for much longer, maybe, but right now I still got them there. So I'm just going to throw that, take them or leave them. No Packers there. I thought about it, but no. But we'll talk maybe about that later. But thanks for having me
Joe,
on. I got
absolutely, Joe. Anytime, you know that. You know the place. You and Jamie do it when?
We go Tuesday nights, 8:00 Eastern, for the Buffalo Sports Conversation Room.
Nice. But Joe, we'll see you maybe next Tuesday. Well, who knows?
Yeah, I should be here. All right, and again, hope you guys have a great week. Good luck to all your teams.
Sounds good.
I think I'm gonna head out. At Dylan S Sports 1, 27 Sports Biggie podcast. Do you guys know any Seahawks fans?
Yeah,
I don't.
I know a Seahawks fan. So does JB.
Yeah, we had Drew Kotz on, Dylan. I talked to him.
Could you get me in contact with him?
Wanted to stay on 61 for a few more shirts. Totally. Yeah, we should really keep talking about that.
I could try.
All right.
Okay.
I thought Drew was good, didn't you, Haas? Haas.
Well, you can be into whatever you want.
Yo,
I said it wasn't Drew good. Drew Kotz, the Seattle guy.
wait, what's up?
Wasn't he a good guest?
Absolutely, he was fantastic. I would highly recommend him if your team's playing the Seahawks. And I would like to get him again, but unfortunately next week I got Ken reserved because Saints play the Bears the same week the Texans play the Seahawks. But until I figure this, till I get my extender in, I'm about to figure a way how to fucking do my show tomorrow night with this slow air fucking internet shit I got. And unless I do it from my phone and control shit on my PC at the same time, but not have 2 screens pop up, I might be able to figure something out when I get off the air here. Till I get my extender in the mail.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
so what is that like a regular? Is that a regular problem down there?
Well, we dropped AT&T as our internet finally, but we got this other shit that some called air internet shit. I don't know where they got this fucking shit from, but the main deal's in a whole nother building here at our house, and I got this other thing catching it. I mean, I'm like, I got internet right now on the PC, but it's like when I try to get and come on here, it ain't strong enough to hold it, and y'all kept buffering and shit. So I had to get on my phone to not lose a fucking connection.
Jamie, are the Yankees coming back or something? What's going on up there?
Yeah, Judge hit a 3-run home run to tie the game.
Fuck. Anyway, so Dylan, I saw your question that you were trying to get, and that was the Mariano Rivera saves and who's behind him.
No, the other one was Bradledge was the other one. I knew.
Well, go ahead. Tell everyone the question now that I brought it up. Go ahead. Tell
No,
everyone the question.
I'm just heading out, guys. I'm just heading out. You all talk whatever you want.
Dylan, what was the question? Was Mariano Rivera has 42 saves, and who are the other two closers close to them in the playoff record? Yeah, Rav, I figured you might have a shot at this one.
Billy Wagner is the first name I think of, but I don't know. I don't really.
Would Chapman be in there?
No, it was someone else, and they were like
Papelbon?
they had like 13. They had like 13 saves each or something.
What about Papelbon?
I don't know where he ranks up there. I didn't really look. I just know I saw that Dylan reposted that question and answered it, so I thought that might have been the one he was searching for.
It'd be funny if it was John Walker. Just
Seahawks are my second. Okay, yeah, I guess that's a good question. What's everyone else's second favorite team?
Oh, that's easy. Denver Broncos.
Cowboys.
What?
Yeah.
They're Cowboys?
Cowgirl
Am I like hearing shit?
It's because of my mother.
Hey, Jamie, the door's that way.
It's because of my mother, man.
That's okay. Mine's not much better. The Raiders. I've liked the Raiders since I was a little kid back in Jim Plunkett days. So I've always been the Raiders have always been my second.
It's not doing it. Obviously, it's not going for them good right now. But I like Pete Carroll's their head coach, though.
That was my dad's favorite team. I mentioned that a lot. My dad used to love John Madden and Howie Long and Marcus Allen and all those guys. My dad. I think about that because I watched a lot of Raiders games growing up because my dad was such a big Raider fan.
I have a little an affinity too for the Redskins because my dad was a huge Redskins fan. So HETR, I've always felt at home. Like went to the Redskins game last year, felt at home with them even though we lost. But I've always had a little piece for the Raiders too, or for the Redskins. But I still won't call them the Commanders. But yeah, it's the Raiders.
I guess I would say the 49ers. I don't know. I used to root for the Commanders.
Eric Davis, Ronnie Lott,
and Jerry Rice, I think, and Steve Young were my favorite players, non-Ravens. Like I think that probably the reason. Like I was a big Jerry Rice guy. Still.
Oh, Mitch,
I got two.
your question.
I got two, and then we'll get to the next question. I got two. I got the Miami Dolphins because of Marino, obviously. Yeah. And then he made me. I followed the U and my younger days down there. So that was kind of like my connection with college there for Miami. But I also am a Niners guy because of Joe Montana, obviously.
Oh, well, yeah. I used to be a Brett Favre fan growing up, so I was a Packers fan as a kid, along with the Saints, or not cheering the Oilers. But like now, it's like I love Sean Payton, Bo Nix. That's all. I mean, I cheer secretly outside of the Texans and the Saints now, but no, as a kid, it was either Saints, Oilers, or the Packers. As a kid.
Yeah, Commanders a little bit. Not as much. I grew up in Baltimore when we didn't have a team for years, like 83 to 96. Like, so we got a lot of Commanders games, like Redskins.
Mitch, if you want to start typing out your questions, go for it, boss.
Who does he think wins the Lions and the Chiefs?
Lions.
Lions.
I don't think the Chiefs have a shot in the world to beat the Lions right now. I don't think
Father Time is knocking on the Chiefs' door. They're going through it every other.
Don't they get Rice back this weekend? Don't they get Rice back too?
They might get Rice back. I don't think it's going to matter against Detroit.
I will say the Chiefs maybe aren't as bad as I thought. They should have really won last night, but their offense. They have a good group of receivers. They don't have a stud. The offensive line is actually kind of working itself out a little bit.
Well, you know what?
Patrick Mahomes just looked like he was lobbing the ball. It didn't even really look like he was throwing it. Did anyone else catch that?
The difference with the Chiefs, though, too, like if you look at last year, the Chiefs would find ways to win close games. This year, they're not. You know, they're a team that's been really good for a lot of years. They've been trying to keep the ship together. You know, they keep losing guys. You know, they should lose Tooney and some other guys. And eventually you're going to get to a place in this replacement cycle where what you're doing in the replacement cycle isn't going to work. And look, the Chiefs might not make the playoffs this year, but they'll probably be back the next year if they can continue to work the cycle well enough.
Might they be tired too?
What now?
I mean, they've been playing for like what? Almost every game for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually fatigue's got to set in.
Fatigue.
No, Josh, I did not move my box. I did not move the TV cable back to where we are right now.
Yeah, you got fatigue, father time, attrition, right, between free agency, retirements, and other.
Megan Trainor being their trainer.
Yeah. Here's Patrick. He plays sports, everybody.
He's asking about the Bears and the Commanders. Let me tell you something.
Yeah, Mitch is typing up questions for us right now of matchups this week.
The Commanders were really impressive on Sunday. Jaden Daniels is no joke. That looked like a whole different team with Jaden Daniels on the field as opposed to Marcus Mariota, and they won games with Marcus Mariota. That was a good defense. He shredded pretty good on Sunday.
I am not worried about their passing game. I'm worried more about their running game because the Bears can't stop the running game. In the last 2 games the Bears have played, they've 8 turnovers, 7 of which were interceptions. And then the one which was on a running play where Stevenson just said, "Hi, I want the ball. Thank you very much," and left with it. I'm more concerned about the Bears' run defense. However, the Bears are getting some key guys back. Spidey's coming back. Edmonds is coming back. That's going to help with the run game. Offensively, I don't know if Washington can handle the smoke. With the number 4 pass protection line, the Bears' offensive line is rated 4th in the NFL right now, pass protection. I think Caleb carves them up. It's a revenge game as well. They do good on nationally televised games for the most part. And and as I say that, they want some revenge for the opener on Monday night. I think the Bears make a statement this game. Now, I will say this: of the next 5 games, though, this is the only game where I think the Bears could take a loss, but I think the Bears win it. I think the Bears go 5-0 over the next 5. This is the easy part of their schedule.
It ain't going to be easy against a really good Commanders team.
It's not going to be easy. Not going to be easy.
I was super. I just was. They really needed that though. I think that's why I was really on it. They really needed to look good, and they really went in there and took a hand. Raiders Chargers trade highlight that we got rid of Daffy Oway. That was the highlight for me. Getting rid of a guy who I think was overdrafted. He's like one of these guys like if Dylan was here, Matt Jones, who got drafted years ago, the athlete, the gymnast, looks good with his shirt off, but like and all that, but he's not a great a great outside linebacker, even though he had like 10 sacks last year. But I think a lot of that was because of Matabuke.
It's a good trade of need for both teams. Like they both kind of shore up areas they need shoring up in with guys that maybe just need a new home. I wouldn't read too much into it.
Hello.
Hating their
What's up,
heart for the
Jeremy?
Redskins. There you go.
Motown Mitch is just asking questions. Jeremy just filling you in real quick. We're just kind of letting him be a writing host.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, Ben Johnson was not there last year for that game. Don't think it will matter. Don't see the Bears winning 5 in a row, but I do see them coming out hot off and a bye and got hate in their heart for the Redskins. I believe in that.
Mitch, here's your next 5, and this is why I say it. Commanders, Saints, Ravens, Bengals, Giants. They should go 4-1 or 5-0 in that stretch. Sorry, Rav. I just don't see you guys beating us right now. You're muted. You're muted, brother.
Good.
Rav.
Laborious. Yeah, Rav.
Ravens are terrible without Lamar Jackson. They're just absolutely terrible. Top 5, I have Lions 1, Bucks 2, Eagles 3. I don't know what's going on with the Eagles offense. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why you can't.
I don't know why they listened to Brown and Smith. I would have just kept running the damn ball and win the game. You know.
I don't know. I can't figure out why you're not giving the ball to Saquon either. That's like insanity to me.
The curse, man. The curse.
Broncos are right behind. I think Broncos are really good. Their defense is really good. I think, I don't know if Knicks is going to carry them, but defensively, they're really good. And I think the Bills are good despite the loss. I think New England's better than what people think. So I don't look as low on the loss as some people have. So I think the Bills are still right there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Find me a game that Caleb is blown with a bad interception or something. I mean, the guy's in a first round overall #1 picks at quarterback. The guy is setting records for TD to INT ratio, right? He's got the best touchdown interception ratio because he doesn't throw many picks. He does not throw picks. If there's one thing that, even if you don't like him, if there's one thing you can at least say good about him if you don't like him, the guy doesn't throw picks. He does protect the football. So find me a game that Caleb.
I hope that just jinxed them.
That's what's being a #1 pick as a quarterback in the transfer portal era now does. When you transfer more to one place, you're actually like Jeremy says, you're learning different playbooks.
Yeah.
When you transfer more than one school.
Well, in his case, he had the same coach. That's why he left. He had Lincoln Riley the whole time he was in college.
But you know what,
he started at Oklahoma and then he transferred to USC.
Yeah, but
Lincoln Riley was there in both places.
But it's the same coach. But you know what, though? There is a little bit of credence to what he's saying. There are two things that, with the change in college football, I think has been a positive for the NFL. The portal window, because of that, guys learning multiple systems, and NIL, because now they've got the stupid money before they get to the league, so it lessens some of the stupid mistakes, and they're coming into the league maybe a little more mature than they used to. That might be two positives we can take from the college change. I might be stretching there, but I'm trying.
You know what's sad about the Bucks not having Purdy this week? They don't have Mac Jones either because he's out for the season.
Oh, is Mac out for
I have
the
a
season?
question. Now? Did the Bucks just stay out west, or did they come home, or are they staying out there?
If it was me, I would have just went straight down to San Francisco and rented a high school football field that isn't being used right now.
Yep, that's what I would have done.
Yeah, I would have too, but I didn't know if anyone knew.
So wait, who's the quarterback for the Niners this week?
It's going to be Purdy.
Peter Levangello. No, Purdy's out still too.
It's Adrian Martinez.
Yeah, Adrian Martinez
from the UFL.
Well, I guess I know who I'm picking this week.
Give me another week or two on the Niners and the Colts to see if they're for real. I'm still not there yet.
Wait.
I think they're getting there.
You don't think the Colts are real? I think the Colts are real in the AFC South division.
Well, winning the division, yeah. Oh, yeah, they could win the division. I mean, that division is terrible. I mean, in general. I mean, but I don't know any more than that. I don't know if we're going to see from what we've seen with Daniel Jones so far in the whole season. I'm still not ready. I'm not ready to say. He's been great, though, so far. No question.
From 5 down to 1. I've got it. Unfortunately, they're 1-4. I got to put them there. At 5 is the Ravens, then it's the Dolphins, then it's the Saints, then it's insert the next 1-4. I'll just say Browns for the hell of it. And in last place at number 1 is JETS, Jets, ass.
I think we all have the Jets.
Will the Jets go 0 for the season, or will they win a game?
Still win.
Yeah, Adrian Martinez started out at Nebraska. He didn't do well. He got benched 3 weeks in, and then that's when Caleb Williams started, if I remember right. He transferred to K-State, and at Kansas State, he was a starter for 2 years. He threw 51 touchdowns, but he had 59 turnovers, 51 interceptions, and 8 fumbles.
You won a UFL championship though in 20.
Oh, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying in college he was absolutely god awful.
Right.
So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Does Belichick get fired at North Carolina?
Yes, after a year, they're already saying he might.
I mean, this guy, he wouldn't even let them celebrate Drake May, who's a Tar Heel.
Because he went to Patriots. You know, he's mad at Robert Kraft.
All people get into two categories. They're the nicest people in the world, they're kind, or they're in the Belichick category. They're just bitter. Like,
hey, you know what though? Belichick doesn't care because he says, "Yeah, look at my girlfriend. Thanks, deuces." That's all he cares about.
That Sinbad told this joke, man. That girl, you 72, you 24. That girl ain't in love. She wants your house, man.
Oh yeah.
Come on, bro.
You think Belichick gives a fuck?
Yeah, you don't care.
No, he doesn't care. I'm just saying, like, why would he? I mean, just really.
Like, would you care if you had that? No.
I talked to a guy at work one time, and I asked him the same question. I was doing something for him, and it was the same type of deal. He was like in his 70s. Girlfriend was like 31 because he had a little small child, and his girlfriend left him, and he kind of said what you just said. He's like, I'm sorry, man. You had to go through. It's like, man, I had the time of my life, man. What are you talking about? What are you sorry about? That's exactly what he said.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but
as long as he's having fun losing everything, that's all that matters.
Yep.
Can't take it to the grave.
He's for sure getting fired, though. He's just not cut out for college football at all. He's going to go out the door. I don't know. They fired Mac Brown for being older, and then you hire a guy same age as him who has no idea what he's doing. Belichick, I never did buy the genius of Belichick. I'll give him a great defensive coach all day long. He was as good with like defensive scheme as any coach I ever saw, and that includes his time with the Giants and Parcells all those years. But he's not good.
3, I could barely handle. Jeez.
Hey, Belichick's never been married, has he? He's just had girlfriends.
That I don't know if he's ever.
I don't think his last one, who was with him for most of his time in New England, I know they never got married. He just
right. In other words, Belichick is a really smart coach for himself.
Yeah. He was.
Like, you're not getting half my house, lady.
Yeah, he was with her for probably a decade or so. Deuces, you're out.
She was about young. She was younger than him too. Like not as big as age gap as it is, but she was like younger than I am. Like she was in like I would say probably now she's like about my age actually, about like in her late 40s. That's where she looked.
Yeah. Belichick is just using this job to scout for his next girlfriend. That's all.
You better save some of that energy for the daggone sorry football team he's putting on the field, man. That's probably part of the problem, man. You better save some energy, man. I already can't wait for the story for one of these players to be giving it to his old lady there. You can't wait for that. That happens more often than you think.
I just thought so because Mitch said his second favorite team is the Seahawks. So now he's got a quarterback who last year he was sworn to hate is now his quarterback, the Ginger Jesus. Darnold. Darnold played both quarterbacks in that game played pretty damn good this week. Like Darnold's actually been playing pretty good in Seattle.
It's funny. I saw a picture of Sam Darnold with Baker Mayfield, like in Carolina, and they weren't happy with either one of these guys. And Mayfield, I think, is in the MVP discussion. And Darnold, I don't think he's quite there yet, but he's been outstanding the last 2 years. I mean, you could argue he's been one of the better quarterbacks in the regular season. Carolina still isn't any good.
Yeah, I know what you're saying there, Rob. It's weird. Like they finally found places that they fit into.
Yep. Coaching and scheme matters, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like that puzzle piece that you've been looking for your whole time, and it was in another box.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's the right analogy, but that's just what I thought.
They wanted a grown up in the room. They wanted a grown up in the room in Cleveland. So they got rid of Baker Mayfield and signed Deshaun Watson. Boy, that worked out.
Yeah, how's that working for you now?
Yeah, that worked out. You're signing Dylan Gabriel. I don't even know if
He looked good. He didn't look bad.
Yeah, he didn't look terrible.
I don't think Deshaun Watson's coming back, and I'm going to tell you why. He's still injured. He can't come back because he re-injured it in December.
He's never. The
earliest he would ever come back is in the middle to the end of November, because he re-injured it in December.
He's never playing again.
Is his contract the worst in NFL history?
Yes.
It has to be. Has to be.
And you got rid of Baker for it.
See, this is a rookie.
Still think that Darnold is a fraud. I don't know, man. He's been last 2 years. He's been really, really good. Sometimes it takes guys a while to catch on. Rich Gannon is like one guy I think of when I think.
Geno Smith. Look how long it took him to get the couple good years he had. 9 years in the league, and now all of a sudden, boom, it clicked for him one day. It can take guys some time. I think the problem is, like, we see C.J. Stroud come in, have a really good rookie year, and then we think, well, geez, everyone should be this good. It's like guys pick it up at different speeds, and then it's coaching, scheme. I mean, there's all these factors. But everyone goes, oh, well, look, if Stroud can be this good his rookie year, why can't all these other guys be just as good right away? It's like, it doesn't work like that.
I think this is for you, Ken, Mr. 80,000 people following you on Twitter.
I wish I had 80,000. Austin, I mean, look, I can tell you the way JB and I kind of started with the huddle, and I'm sure the guys that Driving the Top's a little bit the same way. So for the huddle, for the core group of us, we just started doing Facebook Lives 6 years ago or so. This is a bunch of guys. We were all in a group together and decided to do these little lives, right? And then it's just kind of grown. So it's like, look at, even with this group here, which is a bunch of fans, a bunch of knuckleheads who love to talk about football, and we have found each other through whatever ways and means and whatnot. And we come together every week and we talk about what we like to talk about, sports. That's really all it is. And just be yourself. Like, I love watching these guys who do these podcasts and they think they got to be super slick, like they're the NFL Network or ESPN. It's like, dude, be your authentic self. Say what you want to say. Like, none of us are beholden to any team, any sponsor, anybody. If JB wants to say that he thinks the Packers are the worst team in the history of the NFL, no one's going to – I mean, some people in the comments may comment that way, and I'll support them, but we can say it. You know, we don't have to worry about some storyline that the NFL wants pushed. We just talk about sports and what we like. That. So that's how you do it.
Don't you find it weird that nobody on the major sports networks are reporting what actually happened with Mark Sanchez after it was found out that he attacked the old man that stabbed him?
I was wondering if we were going to bring this up or not.
Because I'll tell you what, this weekend, two things got carved up between 3 a.m. Sunday morning and 4 o'clock that afternoon. The Raiders defense and Mark Sanchez. That's about it.
I heard he was intoxicated.
I heard that too.
What's up, Ricky?
It's beyond intoxication. Number one, he was evidently doing wind sprints to get back in shape like he does the day before he goes out and does his commentary and stuff. And the guy, he got mad at the guy for parking there for an Uber Eats delivery. The guy picks up used fryer oil and delivers it to be processed for the diesel trucks that can use it. And he made a delivery there too. And Mark Sanchez started yelling at him, telling him to get his car the F out of his way. And he runs at him.
He was intoxicated.
He was intoxicated, but that isn't the worst part. It's worse than that, because I'll tell you what. Alcohol does not make you run through pepper spray. Alcohol does not make you get up after being stabbed twice in the chest and chase after a guy again.
Yeah, he was on something else.
That's either coke, or he was on fentanyl, or he's on roid rage.
Yeah,
They arrested him in the hospital
Yes.
after he got stabbed.
Yes, because
Yep.
he attacked the man. It was seen on a camera.
But
The other guy didn't get arrested, right?
No, he got
because he
arrested.
was
It was
defending himself.
self-defense.
Good gracious! I mean, what? I mean, that must have been some old
It's
crazy stuff you're
It's
doing.
not just any man. It was a 69-year-old retiree doing Uber Eats to make extra money to supplement his Social Security. A 69-year-old man. Mark Sanchez is a 38-year-old semi-fit athlete type of guy. He had no reason to be attacking a 69-year-old man.
Hey, Rick, I got you too, man. Respect, of course. And this goes back to the question though that Finn was asking. Finn, what JB just did, that's the other thing you do. Speak the truth, man. We don't have to worry about NFL Network unless like the Sanchez stuff. I don't get why he did what he did. What was he on? I want to see what his toxicology is.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for that blood work to come back to say what it was, because he had to be on something to make him go through pepper spray, to make him be able to take the 2 stabs in the chest while he's on top of the guy like a wrestler doing Lou Prez punches.
Mess.
Fentanyl, yeah.
I didn't see the video. Is there a video out of this?
Is there a video?
There is, but it hasn't been released. I'm saying what I saw, according to the statement that I saw, that's what they said happened. And it backs up the guy that was attacked story.
That's crazy.
I could say this, and y'all aren't going to say this, but had this been an African American as well, for sure, this would have been. I agree with you 100%. It was a pass. He's getting for sure.
It's because
I understand. You're not wrong. That was wrong.
It's an athlete. I'm not going race card because this is a white guy, and it's out that he's arrested. What I'm ashamed and appalled.
Well, wait, no, he's Hispanic. He's not a white guy. He's Hispanic.
Okay, his parents are white. The one's half white, the other half Hispanic. Yes.
Yeah, but he's not. I get it. He's kind of in that tweener group, maybe. But I get what Rav is saying, though, too, to a degree. But you know what, though, Rav? Here's the thing, though. To so many NFL players of any color have done some really jacked up criminal stuff, and they never talk about it. You know, it's a blip. Oh, by the way, so-and-so got arrested. Okay, hey, what about this trade that we want to postulate that could possibly happen but never will, just so we don't have to talk about so-and-so get arrested for murder?
Look at how long we had to wait to actually hear what happened with Ray Rice. See the video. We just heard he punched his wife. That's all we heard for like a week, correct? And then we finally saw the video and how bad it really was. That wasn't just a punch. That was a Mike Tyson type of punch on a small woman. That's bullshit. I'm sorry.
They honored him at the stadium. Still, I'm in the minority. I'm with you. Like a lot of the Ravens fans love Ray Rice still.
And once he did that, I have no love for him. He's a great player, but as a person, he's like a piece of shit. Sorry.
I think some of these athletes, though, think because they are such great athletes and they get so much social media pull that they can do whatever they want and get away with it. Like some say some of these guys do get a God complex. I can get away with anything. Look how popular I am. Look, I've got 250,000 followers on X. I make $250,000 a year posting on X, talking to you, AB. Look at the shit AB pulls. He feels like AB can say and do whatever he wants. I mean, you all saw the meme he put out after Tyreek Hill got hurt. I'm like, really? I mean, some of these guys just think they can do and say what they want.
That was hilarious.
That
was hilarious.
And I'm sorry, the thing I said about things being carved up in Indianapolis, that was a meme I saw, and I just had to use that as my opening line.
Tom Brady is doing the color commentary on Fox, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't going to do that his post career. He's going to make $10 million just in endorsements and just showing up places and not working real hard, whatever.
And
the only reason he's doing it is because they gave him so much money.
Yeah.
Okay, you need $30 million.
I would.
They actually gave him $30 million. He's getting $30 million.
That's not the best part. That isn't the best part for Tom Brady. The rest of his life, he gets to print money as a 5% owner of the Raiders.
Yeah. So he's making.
So
let's
that's
say
why
they make a,
that's
so
why
he's
his commentary is kind of bad because he can't
Yeah.
say what he really wants to
so
say.
so JB. Let me, if the math is right, he's making somewhere around $50 million a year just to be an owner.
Yeah.
5%. Because you
5%.
figure most
Most
NFL
teams make
teams
$1 billion.
make about $1 billion. Each NFL team in profit after they pay everyone out, it's about $1 billion a year. So he's going to make minimum $50 million a year for the rest of his life. Yeah, Tom Brady doesn't have to do anything to anyone. In fact,
Right.
Tom Brady, if he's smart, he can just stay at home and call and have girls brought to him whenever he feels the need.
Here's the point. Here's the thing. A lot of these guys, Brady's an obvious one, but like Marshall Faulk, I saw him do an interview. He makes like $1 million a year just being Marshall Faulk. He doesn't do anything. He just goes to autograph signings, shows up, does these appearances. They pay him all this money.
Yeah,
that's it.
Emmett Smith does that too. He still does it. A lot of these guys do.
They don't
So the
have
final,
to.
the final today was 8-4. Mariners over Tigers.
Are Tigers out?
So nope, we got another game. That's 2-1 for the Mariners. So we still get to play again tomorrow.
Yeah,
or the next day, whatever it is.
Cubbies need to win tomorrow or they're done.
And I'm going to say this right now. As far as I'm concerned, Ray Rice is not a man. Because I'm going to say it like my father did. You raise your fist to a woman out of anger, you're no longer a man, you're a bitch.
Well, it's not even he raised his hand, and not to go too close to there, but that wasn't just man-woman violence. I grew up in a house like that with my parents. So I can tell you, there's a difference between what he did and what happens in between men and women to fight. He knocked her. I've been in a lot of fights. I've had my tail kicked in a lot of fights. To be knocked out cold, that's serious.
Mitch asked, did Barry do anything at all? Barry, yes, he does signings. He does, and guys like Barry Sanders, Megatron's another one. If we can stay with the Lions, but then you can go but then you go to I'm talking about the guys whose signatures are worth a lot. Dan Marino, you can add Breeze in that now. These guys will only do 3 or 4 signing a year because you want even a mini helmet for those guys is $450, $500 now. So Barry's making a ton of money when he does autos. So that's the secondary market for these guys as sportsmen, which right now has been the economy the last 2 years has been kind of sucking for them, but they're still making money. I mean, Dan Hampton does a signing, I swear, every week. He's making, you don't care if he makes $2,000 a week, 2 hours a week to sign stuff, and that stuff's not worth much in the open market. He's making $2,000 a signing. They go out there for 2 hours. I'll take $2,000. That's an easy $2,000 a week.
And Barry Sanders is one of the few guys. Jim Brown had it too when he was still alive. But Barry Sanders, wherever he goes in any NFL stadium, any NFL venue, he gets a standing ovation everywhere in all the stadiums. Some
of these guys, when they retire, that secondary income if they don't get to do sports casting or be on NFL Network. And some of the guys who are on NFL Network and are sports casting are guys who can't do this. They can't go do the secondary market of sportsmen. That's why guys like Barry Sanders don't do it because they make more money signing autographs than they ever would being a commentator.
Or you got Cam Newton with all these babies or something like that. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Did you see at the beginning of the Seattle game when Emmitt Smith ran up there? He didn't get applause from the Seahawks fan in that Seahawks uniform. No. And he was a Seahawk. He was a Seahawk for 1 or 2 seasons.
He does well here in Pensacola. He lives in the NOLA area, actually, and he goes to Dallas 2 or 3 times a year just to sign autographs. He's got a contract with the promoter out there, Nate Chantilly, and a couple other. But some of these guys, like Devin Hester's making money hand over fist right now, especially the year if a player goes in the Hall of Fame. Oh, they make tons of money that year. Their fee just doubled.
To remind him of the pain.
Yeah, it just, and it kind of goes to your point about Sanchez. This guy is 69 years old. He's driving Uber. It's a whole different. Even a lot of these, I have a hard time podcasts ripping them apart because a lot of these guys are like you and I. They're working hard. They're doing it in their spare time. Even a guy like Barstool, what's his name?
Dave
Portnoy.
Portnoy. He said it took him 10 years to draw any profit at Barstool. 10 years of doing it before he drew any profit. Now he's got like $100 million. A lot of these national guys get a lot of money, man, to like not know what they're talking about sometimes. Go ahead.
Right. And I hate that you got guys like when Tony Romo and Aqib Talib, you want to know what they were great at in the beginning? Aqib Talib was great for the football 101 needing fans, the ones that didn't know anything. He was able to talk to them in layman's terms, what those terms in football was. Tony Romo, on the other hand, when he first came out, I think his first 6 games, he was 80% right on calling which play before they broke the huddle. And it was amazing. And the way he was able to go into detail and explain it for the guys that are knowledgeable and know football. You know who hated him? Football 101 fans. You know who hated Aqib Talib? The educated ones. There's no in between.
Greg Olson, it's funny because I think Greg Olson at Fox is their best guy because he's kind of a little bit of both. Like Greg Olson's a great commentator, but of course you're going to pay all the money to Brady, but Olson's a better commentator than Brady. Brady's gotten better. To his credit, at least he's gotten better. But some of these NFL guys, what now?
Brady's not allowed to say everything he wants to. The owner
he's got handcuffs. He's handcuffed because of his ownership.
So we don't really know how good Brady is.
Well, he's better in terms of he doesn't sound as cardboardish. Last year at times he sounded like he was cardboard. Now he's got a better flow to him. And again, there's certain things he can't say, but I think Olsen still may be the better commentator. But there are some of these guys, former players, that are commentators that have no business being commentators. Just because you played the game doesn't mean you can adequately call the game. You know what I mean?
What's so interesting about Romo is they actually, because as a player, they hire players. It's like they put him in the number one spot right out of the gate. Got rid of a guy, Phil Simms, who's been the number one guy for like 20 years. And when he was asked the question, Sean McManus, he's like, I knew I was going to do that many years when he was playing, because every time they talked to the Cowboys and Tony Romo, they said, this guy's going to be a number one commentator. Just watching him as a quarterback, watching him break it down, this guy's going to be phenomenal on calling games. So Romo is like the anti-example of a guy who put the work in. See, but there's a difference. I see this with guys a lot. Brady, Romo, guys, small school guys, late round picks, Romo. Without Bill Parcells, we wouldn't know who Tony Romo was.
No.
We wouldn't even know. Guys like that. And then you talk about guys, number one picks, all that. They kind of go into the other secondary marketing. Romo grinding away every week at this is not a big deal. He's been doing it all his life.
You know what's funny? Romo will probably get into the Hall of Fame as a commentator, not a player.
I have absolutely no problem with that.
Yeah, me too.
I have absolutely no problem with that. John Madden, I think you could argue in 3 categories. You could put him in 3 Hall of Fames. As a coach, certainly. As a commentator, absolutely. And I think the Madden video game has done as much for the NFL as anybody on the field.
Wait. The first 2, I think isn't he already in for the first 2? The third one, is there a category for that?
I don't think you could go at 3 times, but I'm just saying if you were just to say
3 times, you can go multiple times. You got guys who are in there twice, once as a player, once as a coach. Ditka's in there, I think, as both player and coach. But I mean, could you imagine how'd you get in the Hall of Fame because of a video game I created?
But if you were to say any of those 3 categories, you get John Madden.
Video games ever.
Yeah.
I think you can be in the Hall of Fame more than once though. You can go be a double inductee. I wonder how many are. Let's find out.
Well, I'm gonna disagree with you on that because in that case, Pete Rose should be in there as a player.
Well, that's a whole nother ball game. You're not talking MLB.
Yeah, but
wouldn't that be the same thing though?
Congratulations to Herman Moore because he's actually finally up for getting into the Hall of Fame this year. Because if you look at his numbers for the length of time that he played, he had just barely enough time to qualify, but his numbers were good enough to be there.
Herman Moore, wide receiver, Lions, right?
Yep.
I couldn't tell you any of his numbers, Jeremy, but I know he played wide receiver.
Came out of the University of Virginia.
Cavalier, got it.
I remember watching him in college. He played against, beat the crap out of Maryland more than once. As big, tall, physical receiver, yeah.
This is according to Wikipedia.
He played 146 games. He averaged 92 yards, 670 receptions, 9,174 yards, 13.7 yards in fantasy points, because now they turn everything to fantasy points now without PPR. He had 1,283.4 points in his career.
I gotta get going, guys.
All right, Jamie. You gonna close yourself out? Or
Real quick before Jamie does this, so I don't lose it. The Hall of Fame has 382 members. They have not designated how many, if any at all, are in there or qualified in the Hall of Fame for more than one category. Go ahead, Jamie.
But I just say he had a good. Sure, but go ahead, Jamie. Sorry, I just say
you guys can follow me, yours truly, at Bill's Chat 1 at Bill's Mafia Chat, and also Jamie Malloy, the unbiased journalist, at DJ Dog Tags on X and theforkball.com, where I write about all sports. You also can check me out on Driving to the Top Productions every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Joe Daly and I do the Buffalo Sports Conversation Room. We just recorded an episode about 3 hours ago. It was season 3, episode 7. You could check that one out. And then every Tuesday night, an hour later, 9 o'clock p.m., me, Adam, Ken, Joe, Rav, and some of the guys from both Driving to the Top and the Huddle Sports Network. We call it Driving to the Huddle. We do open sports mic night every 9 o'clock. You can check that out. And then every Wednesday night at 9 o'clock p.m., you can catch Jeremy, Ken, and the guys over there at Huddle Sports Network. We're going to do our NFL Roundtable Talk. And then starting next year, March 27th is going to be the kickoff for season 3 of the UFL. That's going to be a real fun show where me, Marcus, Adam, and Jeremy and I are going to do. We're going to be talking about some of the new teams and the new stadiums and how there's going to be 8 teams, 1 league competing for the UFL championship of season 3. We're going to get into that next year. And thank you guys very much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, comment, ring the bell for notifications. And for more content on Driving to the Top Productions, you can visit our YouTube page, Twitch stream, Facebook stream, X stream, wherever you get your podcast. Thank you guys very much for listening. And we'll see you for Jeremy, Adam, Ken, and everybody else at Driving to the Top Productions. I'm Jamie Malloy, and this has been another Tuesday night open sports mic night at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time here on Driving to the Top Productions. We'll see you next week, folks. Good night, everybody.
Night, Jamie.
All right, Jam.
So I'm going to address something that happened in the Lions game that everybody missed, but it has to be said because they were all game. I was listening in 3 different Lions chats that everybody bitch about Terrion Arnold for his 2 penalties in the game. You know what they didn't notice? Is during the 3 quarters he was in, the Bengals only scored 3 points. Jamar Chase only had 3 catches for 28 yards because who was covering him? Terrion Arnold. As soon as he went out of the game in that 4th quarter, what happened? Jamar Chase went off. So I don't want to hear this guy is garbage because Jamar Chase was 3 for 6 for 28 yards with 2 pass breakups. The 2 penalties negated the fact that a pass happened. Correct?
I agree. I'm agree with you before you go on Arnold. I think Arnold kind of reminds me of Marcus Peters. He's never going to be the PFF darling because he gets too many penalties and he can't get his mind right. But like when he's on, I think he's outstanding. There's a little bust with him though.
It's just like the first half versus the second half in the Ravens game. The first half, he was targeted 2 times. There was two catches for 44 yards. In the second half, everybody forgets that there were 3 passes this way with only 1 catch for 11 yards. 0 touchdowns.
I got no beef with it. I think Arnold, has a lot of potential. But this week, Ray Sports Podcast, we are going to talk about obviously the Ravens loss last week. Also, too, we're going to talk about the Rams game that's coming up as well. Maryland, very close game against Washington. We thought it was outstanding. Good showing by Malik Washington. We're going to talk about that. MLB playoffs are coming up. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about the Orioles' perfect off season. So if everything went perfect, we could get Bruce Bochy as manager and all that other good stuff. So definitely check that out Wednesday night, Ray Sports Podcast. Subscribe to Ray Sports Podcast on all of our platforms. Have a good night, fellas.
Thanks, Rab.
Have a good one, Rab.
All right, Rab.
And, JB, I think he gets a rap like Tyreek Stevenson did last year for the Bears. And I think it's like where fans just don't, like I said earlier tonight, a lot of fans who watch the game, and I don't want to call them casuals or anything like that. I think that's might be a little disrespectful. But I mean, most fans who watch the game, they're surface level with it. And I don't want to say they're basic, but for lack of a better term, they are, because they just look at the surface level and they go, look, he got burned on this play. But then they miss the other 45 plays where he shut them down. Or this happened 2 weeks ago. Oh, look, Stevenson got beat. No, he didn't. He was in zone coverage, and he was in his zone where he was supposed to be. And the offense put the ball in where they were supposed to put it, in the soft spot of the zone where there's no coverage. That's not that the player did something wrong. He did what was right. The other offense did something right on their end. There's nothing wrong with that. But some fans, they just got to be negative about it and say, oh, look, he's trash. No, it's not. He did what he's supposed to do.
I just wanted to put that out there. And yes, in PFF, they dock defensive players mightily for defensive penalties.
Yeah.
And it was the holding one. It was a legit holding call. The PI, it could have went either way because the offensive player was pushing off first. But who usually gets that call? The defensive player.
Well, and that's subjective. It's whatever the ref sees. What he may not see the other guy's hand underneath tugging, or they're obstructed from replay. That's your other thing. As a fan, we always have and this happens where there's like, oh, look, your quarterback missed a guy easy in the middle or on the other side of the field, or oh, look, the ref missed his call. Yes, we have the luxury of watching a replay in super slow-mo with a wide-angle view of the whole field that these guys don't get.
Right. But to support what you said, all those ones that they thought was on Terrion Arnold, that was zone. And his zone stops, the other one picks up. They hit somebody in the middle of that zone where it's open, and they got to blame somebody. But if it's not listed as a target against you when you look at the stats, guess what? That's not a target.
No, that isn't.
So, yes, his first 3 games are awful, but his last 2 games have been great, is what I was getting at.
Hey, I want to know how the Steelers are. I know what Bears fans are talking this week. I know what Packer fans are talking coming off the bye. What's the talk of the Steelers coming off the bye?
That's Adam.
Yeah, I know. I didn't really have a chance to get a feel for this right now. Apparently, word around here is we are trying to get Devontae Smith off the Eagles. So I don't really know. Calvin Austin's up in the air.
You got guys coming back from injury after the bye or no?
Well, I worked all damn day. I did not have a chance to hear anything today. So I missed all the Steeler talk today, and I am apologizing for that.
You know they have this thing on your truck radio you could probably do. It's called Sports Talk Radio. Yeah, the commentators are probably crap, but
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? My radio does not work in my truck.
oh, double whammy.
So if I want to use my phone, I'll put Sirius on for a while and listen to Sirius like I do on Red Zone on Sundays. But other than that, man, I don't really want to burn my phone out.
I hear you. I don't know. I think the Steelers are kind of like for me, the Steelers this year have been the kind of like, what's our identity? You know, I mean, what's our identity? That's Pittsburgh this year. What's our identity? I think the Bears game all the NFC North games are going to be interesting.
So I might have gotten invited to that Bears game.
Oh, you might be going to that game.
I might be at that game.
Yeah, so we need to get you a Bears jersey, is what you're saying.
If it comes in, my buddy did order one. He ordered 25. I cannot say the guy's name. The rookie.
For the Bears?
Running back. Yeah, the running back.
Oh, Kyle Manon guy?
Yeah, that guy. My buddy ordered that jersey.
Must be a Rutgers fan.
And the orange.
Yeah, the guy have the orange.
So it's looking like Javonte Williams was worth me winning that little Raz I won when I got his jersey. I got his North Carolina jersey signed.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
I haven't done any sportsman stuff in a while. It's been such a weird market. You know what sucks about sportsman is like you get a guy on your team, and you get the helmet, and then like 3 weeks later he gets traded. You're like, really? Come on, man.
Come on, man.
You know, that's why I'm not buying anything Caleb. Not that I think Caleb will stick, but I've got a Trubisky helmet. I've got a Fields helmet and jersey signed. I'm like, Caleb's number one. They started out way too expensive because it was Fanatics. They're not for the fan. So I'm like, I'm not spending $450 on a rookie quarterback, but he's probably going to end up being worth it. But still, Sportsman is such a racket. Such a racket. But yeah, I'm looking forward to some games this week, man. I can't wait. I hate that the Bears are Monday Night Football. Like, you like it, but you hate it because you got to wait all weekend to get the Monday night. Like, oh, can we just play on Sundays, please?
Yeah, but you know, you can relax Sunday and actually enjoy the game as the game.
Well, that's what I did this week. I enjoyed all the games. Well, I was on Red Zone a lot. I enjoyed watching games this week. So yeah, it's kind of nice, but Monday is just a long day. I'm waiting for football, but Bears Commanders is going to be fun to watch this week.
Ken, your Twitter has to be on fire. You're at 100 on the live stream.
Nice. What are you playing there, Hawk?
Odyssey.
Okay.
Well, we've got a lot of different fan bases on the X. I mean, you know, drop your team in the comments, man. I mean, X is a little hard to comment from. I get it, but you know, comment on the live stream if you're watching on X and let us know who your team is, or you got a question or something you want to talk about.
The thing you want to do if you're on X to be able to comment so we can see it, you got to hit the view live button. If you're just commenting on the actual post, it doesn't show up on the screen.
There are no actual comments on the post right now, so
I'm just saying.
I mean, that's funny. Like, I asked you if you could read live comments, and you said you couldn't read them. Is that fixed now? Because I would read you comments from Twitter.
Yeah, that must be fixed. I've gotten a couple, but it's only certain people that are smart enough to hit the link above, and it says click here to allow access to your profile for StreamYard. A lot of people don't do that.
StreamYard and X have a weird. Actually, X has a weird. Okay, so X is still on Periscope, which is like from the Twitter days, right? They haven't updated their streaming platform yet on X. And the problem is the interface of X and the interface of any streaming, whether it's StreamYard or what was the other one we used, Jeremy, that we just got done with a couple months back? Restream. Yeah, they don't interact well. The only time you see good live feed comments going in X if someone's like on their phone doing a live like that. They do come through. Sometimes they come through like they're supposed to, like, you know, in time. Sometimes they're at the very top. If on StreamYard, for those who don't know on StreamYard, like in the studio on the right, I can see all your comments, and sometimes I have to go all the way to the top because they'll all post at the top of the comment chain, of the flowing comment chain, instead of in place of when they were actually commented. So X can be a little bit weird, but yeah, we have about 100 of you watching, man. So definitely leave a comment. Definitely, hit that subscribe, that follow button at Ken the Bear Fan, 'cause you're probably watching from one of the various communities that we've posted in. I try to post them to all the communities. It takes me 5 minutes at the beginning of every show, but if you want to be here from the jump, give me a subscribe. If you have questions, whatever, that's why we do this. Because trust me, X does not make, you do not make money on X doing live streams at all. So,
Jeremy.
Hi, my name is Motown Mitch, and I am a Lions-holic.
Yeah,
for the 50 years I've been alive, and the last 3 or 4 have been pretty good for the Lions. Oh, it's been 4 now, right? This is the start of the 4th season of it being pretty good, right? Is that correct? Right? Because 9-8, 12-5, 15-2. So for 46 of them, let's be real here. For 46 of them, we were Browns fans. You know what I mean? We were awful.
Yeah, but you had Barry Sanders to cheer for. You had Megatron to cheer for.
They had good players to cheer for too. But you know what I'm saying? They had their good players.
Who?
I'm saying
the Browns.
Joe Thomas, Jim Brown.
Alignment. You want me to go crazy for alignment? I understand he had like 6 sacks total, and he's well deserved in the Hall of Fame. But you're talking about alignment. We're talking about offensive juggernauts that should have carried the team somewhere.
Yeah, well, no, the problem the Lions had, though, is they never had a defense to go with Matt Stafford and the offense.
That's
and then
not true. I'm going to fight that because 14-15, we had the best defense in the league that year.
Yeah, but then you didn't have the offense.
No, we had the offense. That was Stafford and Calvin and everybody else. What happened was we had Jim Caldwell play calling.
No, okay. I guess what you could say, well, I'm trying to get to, though, with the Lions for JB's sake, and I get this as a Bears fan. Sometimes we have all the talent in the world, but we have bad coaching. Sometimes we have a really phenomenal offense, and the defense just sucks. Sometimes we have world-beating defense, and the offense sucks. Sometimes we have a world-beating defense and a mediocre offense, but we can't call an offensive play to save our life. I mean, that's been the NFC North. Look, the Packers have been the best of the worst for so long. They think they're great. They're not. But the Lions, the Bears, and the Vikings all figured out the secret sauce finally on how to manage these teams. And that's why the North is actually somewhat good right now. I mean, we'll see what happens with the Bears and the coaching. I mean, they've got the talent. Ben Johnson appears to be a good coach, so we got that going. But look at Minnesota. They've figured it out. Detroit's figured it out. But for the longest time, these 3 teams in the division, we would figure it out by having a good season, followed by 2 years. And then we'd have a good season, like you win the division. Then the next year, maybe you make the playoffs as a wild card, and then you suck for 3 or 4 years.
Would you go back to J.J. McCarthy, or would you ride the hot hand of Wentz?
Wentz.
So I said for 46
McCarthy,
years,
I heard he was practicing.
We were just like the Cowboys for 46 years of my fandom. Every year we'd get our new players or no new coach and the new system. And what did we say? This is our year.
Yeah. Like Cubs fans. This is our year. And then come to like the week 14. Wait till next year. Yeah.
And for 46 years, just like everybody else, we were smoking that hopium.
Yep.
In 2021, I got off the hopium. I became a part of a podcast called We Are Lions Nation, and I was the guy that came in there and I said, I am going to break your hopium addiction. This team is dog shit. I said, we traded for a quarterback that's been to a Super Bowl. That's the only redeeming thing we have on the roster till we hit the draft.
And to go back to your Vikings question about do you play JJ? If JJ is 90%, I use that as the excuse to keep him on the bench another week and go with what the hot hand. Like, don't put JJ back until he's 100%. You got that luxury. Your backup quarterback is winning you games. You got that luxury.
Yep. And you guys just won against a good team overseas.
Yeah. So
you went 1-1 overseas for the first time in 7 meetings. You lost the game because this was 7th and 8th game, right? Since the last time they lost one. So if your record every 8 games is going to be 7-1, I think you can live with that.
Yeah. Vikings are in a good place. As long as they can keep that defense healthy, they're good. They're in a good place. They're going to be tough out.
And Van Ginkel's been out the whole for 2 weeks now.
Yeah, and they're without Van Ginkel, but that's because they're so deep. Because look, at Van Ginkel goes out, a first-round draft pick comes in, who they had on the bench all last season. So they have depth too. They built right. The Lions have depth. They built right. The Bears finally have depth in a lot of places. They're built right. Green Bay is feeling their lack of depth on the O-line. That's why they've lost a game and tied a game the last 2 weeks.
I love that comment, Mitch. He goes, I became a show me guy. Quit telling me how good you are. Packer fans can tell you how good they are. Then they lose to the Browns.
Yep.
And then they tie the Cowboys.
Yep.
And I think that Packers podcaster last week said it best. A tie with the Cowboys is like kissing your sister. It might have felt good, but you don't want anybody to know about it.
Yeah. Well, I remember if you listen to all the Packers,
everyone's going to know about it because of a 1 at the end of the set.
And we're listening to the Packer podcast coming into that game too. Oh, this is Micah Parsons coming out party. This is going to mean something. He's going to have 4 or 5 sacks. I mean, he had a decent game, but the only big play he had was saving the touchdown in overtime. And we chased Dak. We chased Dak down. I mean, that's why, like, when we said Packers are at 5, I'm like, explain to me your rationale. Like if you can give me a good reason why they should be in the top 5, cool. I'll buy off on it. But what's the rationale? Because we have Micah Parsons. What is has Micah Parsons direct a game? No. Does he make them better? Yeah. Does he make them world beaters? No. Do they still have problems offensively? Yes. Do they have problems defensively? Well, yeah, they just gave up 40 points to the Cowboys. And they lost to the Browns prior to that. The only game they've won convincingly was week 1 against a Lions team that was trying to figure out who the hell they were that week.
Well, boys, I am ready to close up shop. I know you guys could talk all night, but because you're retired and every day's Saturday and every night's Friday. Got it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Marcus, you getting ready to close it up too?
Yep. Same here.
I know supposedly me and Rich are supposed to go tomorrow night, Jeremy, but I will let you know. I just want to tell you what was going on there.
Just all you got to do is let Ken know if you want in. Basically, we're going to cover the basic thing, the main injuries. I do got something that I would like to say about one particular quarterback in the league, and you're not hearing MVP talk about him, but when I tell you who's the only other quarterback that's done what he's done, you may change your mind. Through 5 weeks, over 75% completion percentage, 12 touchdowns, and only 2 picks, and a 120 plus QB rating. Do you know who was the last quarterback to do that before this year? Because it's only been done twice in the NFL. 2013 with Peyton Manning and 2025 Jared Goff.
I knew it was going to be Goff because you were bringing it up.
But that's history type stuff. It's NFL history type making stuff. And that and our running backs just for the 14th time each got a touchdown in a game. So.
Hey, all I'm going to say is I'm mad at the Detroit Lions before we finish. I just want to voice my displeasure at the Detroit Lions for not doing right by Monty. Sure, you let him throw for 1. Sure, you let him run for 1. What? You couldn't throw him a touchdown with his sister in the wheelchair in the audience? What the hell, Detroit? You have no respect for the man? Talk about the flagrant disrespect for Montgomery. You know what, Monty? Come home to Chicago. We'll treat you better.
Yeah, right. That's why you signed Smith for more.
I know.
Smith for more money than you offered him.
I'm looking at my Monty helmet right now. Yes, it's a Bears helmet, but I'm happy for Monty, man. He's a good guy.
Hey, he loves it here. What was it that Campbell said in the presser today? Oh, he is the fucking team player. That was his exact words in the presser.
I knew he was special when the Bears drafted him. It was stupid we let him go, but that wasn't the plan at the time.
Yeah, Ken, we should have let him kick a field goal too.
You're right, Mitch. You're right. You know, I think we should all write to Dan Campbell and voice our displeasure at how we treated him. Should have let him.
And Dan Campbell might just go like that.
Yeah.
I know, he will. He will.
No, you know what? Dan Campbell will send me a $5 gift card to Applebee's.
You know what was funny is that Monday Night Football
with the whole playbook.
When we played you guys, Ken, that night when you guys came to Ford Field, all week, all we heard is, "Oh, what are the Bears going to do with Ben Johnson and run all over this defense like the Packers?" That's all we heard out of announcers all week on all the networks. And it was funny because they did one of those fake Applebee's commercials. Instead of it being Kevin with the picture there, it was Ben Johnson with the Employee of the Month picture behind Dan Campbell at Applebee's. He goes, "I'm coming for you, Ben."
That's hilarious. I'll tell you what, though. You want that rivalry this year might not be as good, but next year is when that rivalry between those games are going to be special. They're going to be fun.
I said year 2 or 3 before the big turnaround happens. As soon as he got there, that's if he makes it there. Because if the trajectory of the Bears doesn't get to a winning culture, and I'm not saying you're not winning right now. I'm saying a winning culture for the season. Because that's what needs to happen for them to see that the light bulb is switched.
I can tell you from watching the Bears for decades that I haven't seen a team cohesiveness or a way the players talk about a coach like this since when they hired Lovie Smith, maybe.
Right.
He's different. He's definitely intense. The players, he holds them accountable. The players love that. Lovie Smith did that. It's funny because he's so intense in the game, and then he's so funny at press conference. So I think he's going to be okay. I think he's going to be one of those coordinators who becomes a good coach, unlike some of these other guys. There are some coordinators who just should never be a head coach. I think Ben is going to be one of those coordinators who's going to make a good head coach.
I see we're playing musical chairs on the screen, right?
I know,
okay.
right? Hey, there you go.
I'm trying to fix it. Look,
I'm
going back where they were.
There we go. Anyways, this morning, Adam Schefter, just before I went live, he posted that Terrion Arnold is more than likely going to miss the season. It wasn't even 30 minutes into the show in the news, because you were live with me, when it broke, oh, he may not even miss 4 weeks.
Oh, Shefty.
And I'm like going, Shefty and NFL Network dropped the ball at 11:30 this morning. That's all I got to say.
I mean, look, they're going to get it wrong, though, too. Like the insider guys, these guys who do this stuff, I mean, you know what? They're going to get it wrong. But I'd say, to their credit, they're usually right a lot more than they're wrong. So I'll give them a little bit of credit.
Oh, yeah. I don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But that's like the draft. When we traded away our 4th and 6th that year, and that was when we traded up to get Derek Barnes. But at 7:30 in the morning, there was a post from Adam Schefter. And at midnight, a certain Browns receiver at that time removed all Cleveland Browns and followed every Detroit Lion that night.
Was that Josh Cribbs?
No, that was OBJ. And the next morning, 5 hours before the draft is supposed to start that Saturday, because that's day 3, Adam Schefter posted the Lions have traded for OBJ. Gave up a 4th gave up a 4th next year and a 6th this year to move up to the 4th round, for the Browns to move up to the 4th round of that spot, and we get OBJ.
Never happened.
And it never happened, because guess what happened a half hour later? He deleted the post.
Yep. they're going to make mistakes. I mean, we give them a hard time, but I'll say this: those guys are. I mean, it's for as much crap as we give them. I know.
All right.
Anywho,
Marcus, close it out.
All right. You can find my dumb ass at Big Hoss 337. Find me on X,
It's so low.
Instagram, Facebook. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. My show on the go, you can find it on the go _TXLA. I'm trying to work something out where I might have to use 2 fucking screens to control my show tomorrow night till I get my damn extender in. But I got a show tomorrow night, just one show. I'm gonna do it all
You got a
because we
notebook,
had so many.
Marcus?
Huh?
Do you have a notebook?
A notebook. I got a laptop, yeah, but I'm gonna use my phone and my PC tomorrow night.
I'm just
like
gonna say you could use your laptop and it might work better.
No, not with this shit.
You can still put a headphone set on it and everything.
Oh no, I can put the headphones on. I just won't hear shit out of it. But I might. But no, one show tomorrow because I had a bunch of buys this past week at college, so I'm barely gonna have a lot of college to talk anyway. So most of the show's gonna be NFL talk and shit. So it'll be good. Other than that, that's where you find me.
and every so often you catch Hoss on Ken and Ken in the morning.
Yeah, probably Thanksgiving before I'll be able to pop on again.
I'll tell you, he comes on Ken and Ken in the morning Friday. His teams win on Sunday. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying that there might be something to it. That's all.
Well, hey, I've only ever showed up after wins, so but I showed up after the loss too.
Well, all right. I'm going to get into this shit. I'll catch y'all later.
Have a
good night, Hoss. Hopefully your internet goes better than Cricket Wireless. Who is his team? He is a Saints and Texans fan.
Saints, Texans on the go, Louisiana all the way down to Houston.
Saints.
Yeah.
Saints first, Texans last. But all right, fellas.
All right, have a good
one. All right,
brother.
Hoss, take it easy, buddy.
Hey, you guys can catch.
Y'all too.
I guess as we're wrapping up, you catch me every Monday through Friday at